Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name is Alexa. In today's video, we will be tackling a serious problem that I have, which is my physical TBR. We will not be tackling every single book on my physical TBR because I do have 79 books on there. We cannot read 79 books in one video. But basically, I have officially decided, because I no longer have a job, that I'm gonna, and also because I have a book buying problem, that I'm no longer gonna be buying books for a while. Other than on May 27th, because on that day I'm going to Indigo and buying Problematic Summer Romance and releasing 10 because it is two of my most anticipated books of the year. So those will for sure be books that I buy, but other than that, I'm not allowed to buy more books until either I bring down my physical TBR to 10 or 15 or October 7th when Mate by Ali Hazelwood comes out. Those are the two, whichever one comes first is when my physical TBR, my book buying ban ends. But that means that I most likely will not buy any more books for, that's 5 months if I can't get it down to 15. So yeah, basically I have a Kindle Unlimited reading addiction. It's not that I don't read much. It's that I don't read books on my physical TBR much. And I want to read them, but sometimes it's convenient to read a book that is 300 pages on Kindle Unlimited that I just saw a TikTok of that is like a random scene in the book and I'm like, oh my god, wait, that looks so fun, and then I read it. So I just need to read the books on my physical TBR. I recently, and by recently I mean in the past week, have added 15 books to that TBR, so it is now 79. It used to be 64, but it's only 23% of the books that I own that are unread, because actually no, it wasn't 15 books that I added to my physical TBR because I think it was something like three or more of the books that I bought were already read. No, 5 were read. 5 were read, and I read one of them as I was gone. So as I came back, when I came back, 6 out of the 15 books that I bought have been read. But now I have a bunch of books to read and some that are second books in a series because I may or may not have accidentally spent $25 on a book in a bookstore. It was Sweeter Than Fiction, the cutest romance bookstore ever in Charleston, South Carolina. I bought a book there, and then later on when I was opening my bag, taking the books out of the bag, realized that this is literally the second book in a series, and it's because they only had the second book, so I didn't think to really check much. It's like, oh, this is clearly the first one. No, it isn't. So now I have, but the first one is on Kindle Unlimited, so now I have to read that before, but I really vibed with the book. I read the first few chapters because I also was gonna exchange it since I hadn't opened the book at all. I just saw that it was written, when I was putting it on Goodreads, I saw, but basically I was gonna exchange it because it's I hadn't read it or anything. I hadn't opened the book at all other than when I was at the bookstore. And so many people open books at the bookstore, just to look inside of it. So I was gonna exchange it, but honestly, oh my god, wait, I need to change my batteries. Okay, as I was saying, I was really vibing with the book, so I decided to keep it instead and just give a chance, because it is an indie author. So I was like, I'm gonna give a chance to an indie author, of course. I really try when I'm at romance only bookstores that have a lot of indie books to focus on indie authors, or books that are maybe not published by an indie publishing company, indie published, but are by a super small publishing company. I really try to, if I can, support smaller authors that won't be easy to find at any bookstore, or that I can only find them on their author store that since I'm in Canada I would have to pay $15-20 for shipping. But basically, yeah, so I've added a few of those. So I decided when I was in Charleston, I was like, this is the last time that I'm buying books for a while. I really just set rules for myself. Sorry, I think I maybe got glass somewhere on my ankle, cut my ankle, no idea. But yeah, no, don't know what books I'm gonna read yet, but I'm basically gonna take you guys through a week of me reading books that are currently on my physical TBR. There's a few that I've had on my physical TBR for a while. There's some that I might end up unhauling if I'm not vibing with it, or if I realize that I'm never gonna read it. Because some books I've had on my physical TBR since 2020. I know this is really bad to admit, but some books I've had for years and years. So, but I'm gonna go to my TBR for this month, and I need to take some books off that I already read. But basically I'm gonna try to read 3 or 4 books on my physical TBR every week. I on average read about 7 books a week. I read a lot because I'm a fast reader, and in my free time I really try to prioritize reading because it is my favorite thing to do ever. I mean, I'm even trying to make a living off of reading if I can, like reading content. So I like reading if I literally have a reading Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. But I have a few books this month that are on my physical TBR that I have on my TBR. So we have Finally Mine, Luck and Last Resorts, The Book of Azrael, and The Bridge Kingdom. The Book of Azrael is actually my Fable Book Club's book of the month, so go read it there. I'm gonna try to maybe do a exclusive reading vlog for people who are in that book club, where I just read it. Like, and it's like a link where it's like you can only, if you're in the book club, that's how you can access the reading vlog. Maybe, I don't know. I'm undecided, but those are the books that I could read. Maybe if I want to like take some books off of my physical TBR. I have some arcs to read, but those are e-arcs, so that's not gonna be in this video. But I'm thinking that this week I could maybe read The Bridge Kingdom, Finally Mine, Luck and Last no, maybe not Luck and Last Resorts. That one I'll keep for another week. So Finally Mine, The Bridge Kingdom, and maybe The Hurricane Wars. And I'll add a fourth. So yeah. Okay, wait, let me go grab the books. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've chosen 4 books for this week. So the books are for this week, which is it's currently May 11th, but I think it's either going to start today or tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. And the week is going to last until I finish all 4 of these books. It can be actually 8 days or 9 days, but I'm gonna read all 4 of these books. These are the 4 next books I'm reading on my TBR. So first we have The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker, which is a romance that takes place in Alaska. Found it at a Goodwill, and I've been wanting to read it for a while. And the fun part about this book is that it's also on Kindle Unlimited, because I'm a recovering Kindle Unlimited addict. I can't stay away from my Kindle. I must read on my Kindle. I actually just read like 3 books in a row on my Kindle. Oh no, actually 2 books in a row. But I read multiple books on Kindle Unlimited every single month because I love my Kindle. But I love when I have a physical book that I can either read from my library on Libby or on Kindle Unlimited, so that I can go back and forth between the physical book and the ebook, because I don't like reading in my bed when I'm reading at night, especially starting like 10. I like to like have the lights off in my room to read, and the Kindle like really doesn't have it doesn't emit too much light. It's like I can read it in the dark, so I can switch between the physical copy during the day and then the Kindle during the night, which is nice. We have a new edition. Like I got this book last week, and it is The Hurricane Wars by Thea Guanzon. Actually, how do you pronounce that author's name? Let me look on TikTok. I want to pronounce it right. Okay, no, Thea Guanzon. Wait, Thea Guanzon. That's the name of the author. Sorry, I'm just trying to pronounce it right because she's Filipino, I think. And it is a Filipino. It is a fantasy book based on Filipino mythology. I'm pretty sure. 99% sure. It is a romantasy, and I am so excited to read it. Also, look, the sprayed edges. I'm obsessed. I love a good sprayed edge. The second book is also out right now. And I'm gonna put a hold on it soon on my library. But basically, this is a published. I'm 99% sure that this is a published Raylo fanfiction. And if you know me, you know I love a good published Raylo fanfic. I mean, one of my favorite authors used to be a Raylo fanfic author, so you know it's gonna hit. And I'm just so excited to read this, and it's not too long. It's like the actual book is, I'm trying to not spoil myself. Where are the acknowledgements? Okay, 470 pages. That's not too bad for a fantasy book. But yeah, I'm really hoping to, I'm gonna get to this one because I'm really excited to read it. We also have The Bridge Kingdom. This one is, I'm 99% sure is gonna be my next read. Because it's not too long. It's also on Kindle Unlimited. It is 440 pages, which is fun. Guys, we have a theme also. The next book, this is fantasy, by the way. The next book is also a book that is on Kindle Unlimited. I love my Kindle Unlimited authors. By the way, if you're one of them and reading this, I love you. This is Finally Mine by Lucy Score. I read the first book in this series, which is also my physical TBR, back in April. I got this for like $4 at Books A Million. I'm a Books A Million girl, if you couldn't tell. But this is the second book in the Benevolence series by Lucy Score. Why did I not look at the name of the author on the book? But this is a book that maybe not a 5-star series. Like, I know it's most likely going to be a 4-star or like a 3. Yeah, most likely a 4-star, but it's just a fun read. You know, when you know that it's not going to be your favorite book, but you know it's going to be a good book that you're just going to have fun while reading? Well, this is the one that's going to be that. And I loved seeing the characters from this couple in the other book, so I feel like it's just gonna be a fun read. So yeah, those are the 4 books that I'm planning on reading during this video. I will say, if I end up binging all 4 of these and I'm like done by Thursday, I might add another book to this series, but I'm hoping to read about 3 to 4 books from my physical TBR every single week for the next couple of weeks, because this is just a problem that I need to solve. And although in this video I'm only reading like newer editions to my physical TBR, like editions from this year, I'm gonna do a few videos where, like in other videos, I'm gonna try to stick to some older books as well, because there's 1 or 2 books that I've had since 2020. Wait, let me check. Actually, no, the oldest edition to my physical TBR is a book that I got in September of 2018. Pretty sure September of 2018 or June of 2017. No, June of 2018. Yeah, it would have been June or September of 2018. Got it at like a Barnes & Noble in New York on 5th Avenue. I remember it. When I was younger, it was my first romance buy. It's Swept Away by Robin Carr. I've had that one for so long and I really need to read it. But yeah, I'm gonna go and read this. I'm gonna start this later. I don't know if I'm starting, well, I know I'm starting with this one. I don't know if I'm starting it tonight. Probably. This is probably gonna be like my next read, but this is for sure the first read in this video. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Hello guys, I am updating the physical TBR video right now. Last night it is currently Wednesday. I know I didn't really, okay wait, let me just try to find, where's my bookmark? This is where what I've read so far. So what I was saying, I started Finally Mine by Lucy Score last night. I haven't started Abridged Kingdom yet because I'm really in a romance and Kindle mood. And actually I lied. When I talked to you guys, I realized that later that night that Bridge Kingdom is no longer on Kindle Unlimited. The shock, the horror. And neither is The Simple Wild. An Angel Has Lost Its Wings. Books are no longer on Kindle Unlimited. It is truly sad. Sorry, I'm being very dramatic. But yesterday I finally posted the TikTok version of this vlog. Well, of like the intro for this vlog series / TikTok. But yeah, I made it to chapter 5. Page 28. I really didn't read much actually. I thought I had read more than this. Oh, peep the new bookmark. The Romance Book Club. Obsessed with it. Got it at the Sweeter Than Fiction romance bookstore in Charleston. Also, if you're ever in Charleston, definitely go to that bookstore. Sweetest employees ever. They gave me great recommendations. Love the bookstore. Such great picks. I'm really enjoying it so far. You guys know that no, I actually didn't tell you guys that I read the first one, Pretend You're Mine, in April. And I loved it. It was really fun and I was really excited to get into it. Although the events from this one partially happen, like the events in this book are also like a good part of it. What happens in Pretend You're Mine, so you kind of see the romance between these 2 characters happen in the background. And you kind of see snippets of it, but you don't see it entirely. So I was really excited to see how it would be in their point of view. And one thing that I will say that really annoys me though is it's kind of in the formatting of this book. So basically it's dual point of view, but they don't tell you the point of view. They don't, like usually if it's dual point of view, it'll tell you the person, like I don't know, it'll say Gloria or Aldo here. So, but in this one, it's like, it'll just start the chapter with like, Mama, I'm going out, Gloria called. And then studying herself in the reflection. So that's the start of her chapter, but the start of the guy's chapter is going to be like his heart was lodged somewhere between his chest and throat. So it's like, not that like I can't guess it, but I'm like, why wouldn't you just put the name of the person whose point of view is also the dual point of view in because the other one was only one point of view. It was only the girl's, Harper's point of view. So why is this one in dual point of view? Also, why are we having dual point of view in third person? And why is it not said whose point of view is it? I started this book being like, okay, yeah, this is a like single point of view because you start the first 3 chapters, the first 2 chapters are in her point of view, and then it's like his heart, blah, 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 like he did this and then he felt that, and I'm like, wait, we switched characters and I wasn't told. It makes for a confusing experience, I will say, but I'm really enjoying it so far. I know I've been complaining, but that's just, it's like a minor thing that doesn't really change my experience of this book, but it's just something that bothers me just a little tiny bit, but it's still a good book. I mean, I'm far from like being really far into the book. Wow, I'm far from being far. We love when I say things that are very clear. There's 437 pages. I'm like, actually, what did my Kindle tell me how far I was? I don't know, I think I got like maybe 8% in, not even. No, 8%. So like I'm only 8%, so I don't really know much, but I know that I'm enjoying it. You know, I know it's gonna be a fun time. It's a Lucy Score book. I've loved every single Lucy Score book I've read other than Maggie Moves On. That one, I thought it was okay. I think it's because it's shorter than her other books, and I don't know, I didn't enjoy it as much, but like usually a good Lucy Score book slaps. So I know I'm gonna enjoy it. And I think next, I actually might not stick to the original TBR of this video. Actually, when is this video coming out? Because I need to make sure that I can like read enough books in this video, because if I don't read many books in this video, it's gonna be boring for y'all. Content planner. Is it on Sunday? Okay, I'm posting this on Sunday. It is currently Wednesday. So I'm gonna finish this today because I need to. I might need to post this next Monday actually. I think I'm changing the date so I can edit this video. But I think I might not end up sticking to the original TBR that was Finally Mine, Simple Wild, The Hurricane Wars, and The Bridge Kingdom. It might differ. I might change a few books just so that I can mood read my physical TBR, because or else I think this video might last a long time if I don't let myself mood read. But I have enough books that I'm for sure gonna find a book that I'm in the mood to read within my collection. But yeah, I'm gonna meet you guys. I'm gonna update you guys when I actually get more into the book and I'm not only 19 pages in or like 29 pages in. Bye! Hello guys, update time. I've gone through a lot more of the book. I'm currently on page 162 out of pages. I was about to say out of pages. Yeah, out of pages. Like this morning I was at page 29. I read most of it on my Kindle because it is on Kindle Unlimited, because all Lucy Score books are on Kindle Unlimited. I'm 99% sure. Sorry. But all this to say, number one, I realized that actually I was wrong. I'm 99% sure Pretend You're Mine also switches point of views randomly every now and then. It doesn't do it as much, but I noticed it when I was reading a scene and I was like, wait, this is a scene where it's only Aldo and Luke. Luke is the male main character from the first book. And like, it's only those two characters in that scene, but I definitely feel like I've seen that scene before. Like I've read it before. And then I realized it's because I read it from Luke's point of view in Pretend You're Mine. So I was wrong. I was like, oh my god, it's so weird that the other book didn't do that. No girl, it did do that. Like I remembered the exact events from Pretend You're Mine. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I don't remember what I read, but I just didn't remember that it switched points of view. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it so far. I think I'm enjoying it more than Pretend You're Mine. I don't know if it's the fact that they were kind of both commitment phobic and Pretend You're Mine that I didn't like as much. I think that one was a 4. This one might be a solid 4.25 so far. I'm really having fun. Now I'm at the point where, like, on page 163, but I think this scene happens, I don't know, maybe it takes place about this percent through in this percent through, like about this point in Pretend You're Mine. I don't know, but it's fun to see the same scenes from other characters' point of views. Like, I love when we can see that in books. I know there's not many that do that, like that the timelines are very much overlapped, but I will say that there was some scenes in Savor It by Tara Dewitt that had that, which was nice. But there isn't that many that do it, but it was in Savor It and like Left It Forever. But like I don't remember many series that do that where like the timelines overlap and you get to see the same scenes, but like there's multiple scenes, and I feel like it gives you a better perspective on like seeing it through two different characters' points of view. Really gives you like a deeper understanding of the different characters, because for example, Gloria in Pretend You're Mine is she's definitely like a secondary character. She's only the friend of the female main character, and so is Aldo. So you kind of get a bit like a two-dimensional, like what I mean is, like, I imagine it in the way of like the main characters, you really get to see them like in a 3D. Like you get to see their thought process, how they are, like not only how they are with their friends, but how they are alone individually. So like it really gives you a deeper understanding of the character. But I feel like when you switch to the other characters, you really, especially if it's like the same scene, it really gives you a deeper understanding of that character. Like, because a side character in one book will be more 2D or like 1D, no, more 2D. But then when you get to their book, it gets more 3D. I don't know if it's making sense, any of what I'm saying, but I understand. Basically, you get to see, since you get to see their thought process, you get to know them more. Wow, that was a lot of words just for a simple sentence. But anyways, I'm gonna really try to finish it tonight, or maybe even in the evening. I might do a bunch of reading in the evening. After this, I'm thinking I'm gonna switch, I'm gonna go towards something that I didn't think I was, what am I saying? I think I'm gonna read a book that wasn't what I originally planned. I'm thinking maybe Torn by Carrie and Cole. Or else I have Luck and Last Resorts. I have so many books actually. You guys know I have 79 unread books. About to be 78 though. But yeah, I have, okay, so 162, 440, 439. Take out the handy dandy calculator on my laptop, which is right in front of me. So 439 minus 162. I have 277 pages left. Can't believe I had to take out the calculator for this. Actually, this is embarrassing. Guys, I'm good at math, I promise. I pinky promise. I got like a 97 in math in my last year of high school, my senior year. That was my best grade in math ever, but my brain today is not working. I'm having a huge brain fog day, so math is not where my brain is right now. But yeah, I'll update you guys later on this book. Hello reading vlog. It is, hello reader girlies as well. It is time for an update. So, sorry, my chair was making noises. Last night I finished this book, Finally Mine by Lucy Score, and I loved it. I thought it was going to be a 4.5, but it's leaning more towards a 4.25 just because, I don't know, it felt like the last maybe 100 pages were not, maybe 100 pages, wait. The last 100-ish pages felt random. I don't know how to explain it. It didn't feel as smooth as the rest of the book. The plot for the first 40 pages. How long is this book actually? It's 435. So the first 330 pages, it felt smooth. The plot was going really well, but then the last 100 pages, it just didn't feel as smooth. Sometimes I noticed it and I was like, oh, this feels kind of random in the book. So that's why it's not a 4.5, but every single other part of the book I really found perfect and really loved. So it's definitely a 4.25 because I liked it more than the other, than Pretend You're Mine. This one I preferred, especially because of the third act breakup I preferred in this one and then in the other one. But it wasn't a 4.5, but yeah, I still really enjoyed it. I loved Aldo and Gloria. I'm really excited to read the next one. I don't know who the FMC is gonna be, but I know the MMC is Link, I think. I don't know. Hello guys, it is me a couple of days later. I think it's 2 days later. I think I filmed last time on Monday. It is currently Wednesday. Yesterday I read a book for another reading vlog, so I thought I would update you guys on the physical TBR reading vlog. I'm enjoying the Book of Azriel, but I've decided to switch books because after reading a romance book, now I'm less in a fantasy mood anymore and I'm more in a rom-com. So I thought I would knock off two books. The two next books are gonna be the two last books. I might do these two and then I might add one last one. It doesn't take me too much time. So the first one is Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. I have the audiobook of this right now on Hoopla. And Joe Arden, I think it's Joe Arden. Yeah, Joe Arden is one of the two narrators and I really like I really like him as a narrator. So I thought, why not? And it's also on Kindle, so I can switch between all three. I'll talk to you guys when I'm actually into the book. Good morning guys, it is Thursday and I'm updating you guys about Good Girl Complex. I am currently 213 pages in, and at first I wasn't sure at first because there's a light cheating trope, and by light I mean they kiss once or twice. Well, this isn't really a spoiler, but just know that there's a light cheating trope, but it's only in general I will say cheating is never okay, but in a book if it's kissing once or twice and if the boyfriend is an absolute douchebag, in a book I can accept it. In this one the boyfriend is an absolute douchebag at the start of the book, her original boyfriend, her first one, not the male love interest. He's terrible person. So I'm okay, that's fine, but she broke up with him before they actually did anything else. But for example, one situation where I am not a fan is, I think, is it in Long Shot? I'm 90% sure that it's Long Shot. No, it's Hook Shot, in Hook Shot by Kennedy Ryan. That one, the cheating trope is not fun. I didn't really enjoy it in that one because I'm dude, her boyfriend was such a sweet dude. It's just he wasn't the right one for her, but he was such a sweet dude with her, which was frustrating. But hey, anyways, but in this one I was fine with it, but it's really fun. It's like, it's not gonna be a 5-star, but I'm really having a fun time reading it. And I'm really like, I don't know, it's a fun, quick read. I think it's Elle Kennedy, maybe one of Elle Kennedy's least popular series. I think her most popular is probably the entire like off-campus universe. So you have like the off-campus series, Briar U series, and then Campus Diaries. Her least popular series is probably like that has been published is probably like the Misfit Rogue series, but this one is the first one I think that was traditionally published. Maybe not. Maybe the deal was already published when this came out, but this came out in 2022. This one, but it was I think it came out as published. Like it wasn't like traditionally indie published and then published by like a publishing house. This was like fully published. It was never indie published, you know? Yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. It's a fun read, having a good time. And I'm thinking instead of Swept Away, since I'm in a very summer romance, I'm either going to continue this after that, or I'm gonna read the next book in this series. I own all 3, or Luck and Last Resorts, but I'm leaning more between those 2 because these are like this is a summer read romance. This one is more of a like women's fiction. I don't know. Just thought it could be fun. But yeah, I'm probably gonna finish this morning. This morning / afternoon because I'm going with my mom to pick up a Facebook Marketplace thing that she bought. So I might just read in the car, and we're grabbing coffee before. So I don't know, I just might do that read while drinking my coffee in the car. Cause it's like an hour drive-ish to go and then an hour to come back. So I might do that, and then when I'm done with this, I might start Bad Girl Reputation. But I'm really having fun with this series. And this one is about the twin brother of the guy in this one. So I think this one is a bit shorter. Honestly, I might end up binging the entire series. I don't know. I know just that the reason why I own it is I'd been thinking about it for years. Like it was always like on my radar. I was like, and actually once I was this close to buying it. Like I was so close to buying it once at the bookstore, like in 2022, not too long after the book came out. But it wasn't the right time, I guess. But last summer when I was at Books A Million was it in Maine? Was it the Books A Million in Maine? Pretty sure it was either the Books A Million. I don't know if the Books A Million itself was in Maine or in New Hampshire, but it was a Books A Million in that area. And I found the entire box set for $19 US. So it was like a lot cheaper. It was $19 US instead of like, I think it was in Maine, yeah. 19 instead of like 50 or like $60, which is insane. I was like, this is such a great deal. Oh my God. But yeah, I'm having a fun time reading them. It's fun summer romances, and I'm finally in the mood for summer romances. That's why I picked out Luck and Last Resorts or else this. I don't know if I'll end up actually reading 4 books in this vlog since I rearranged some things in my posting schedule and I have a bit more time for this video because it's coming out like next week instead of this week. Because originally I think I was gonna have this video come out on I wanted it to come out on Saturday the 24th, but I think it's gonna end up coming out on like May 26th or 27th. So I'm gonna have more time to read these books. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but I just know that I'm really loving the book, and I'll update you guys a bit later when I'm continuing the book. Hello guys, it is the evening. Well, the night. It is 8:46 p.m. I guess that's still considered the evening. For me, I consider that the night. So while I was getting the thing with my mom, I finished this book. And now I'm sorry that I didn't film me finishing this book or reading this book. But I had a great time reading this. This was easily, for me, I think it was a 4 stars. Like I said earlier, the cheating I was kind of iffy about. Like it wasn't to the point where I ever considered DNFing it, or I was like, I wanted to like stop reading or like was getting too frustrated. But just since it wasn't intense cheating, they kissed, and then she was like, yeah, no, I'm breaking up with my boyfriend, and her boyfriend was a disgusting human being, and like she was almost immediately broke up with her boyfriend to get with the guy. That for sure made it more okay with me, like more enjoyable in this book. The 3rd act breakup, just, I could see it coming from a mile away. Like it was very predictable, but everything else, like the pacing of the book, the relationship, I really enjoyed. So that's why it's not like lower than a 4 star. Like I definitely wouldn't say it's in the 3-star range when it comes to enjoyment, but if I really look at the things that I didn't like in the book, like it was enough for me to knock off a full star. And you guys know, like, I'm not a harsh rater at all. So if you are a harsh rater, then you will definitely not, like, and if you have very similar taste from me, then you might not rate it a 4-star, but like I rated this a 4-star and I had fun. And like I had fun enough that I was like, oh my god, I'm really having a great time. There's just aspects of the plot that I didn't enjoy as much, you know? That's the best way to say it. But yeah, I definitely, like, I liked the characters and I liked the background characters, secondary characters, I like the main characters, I like the, secondary characters. I don't know why, I forgot how to speak for a second. So that is why I have decided to change the, what was I gonna say? Change what, Alexa? Change gears? Switch routes. Anyways, instead of reading Swept Away and then, or like another book and finishing the video there, I'm gonna binge books 2 and 3 in the series. Cause at this point, I'm really into it, you know? And if I can, my thing, and I think I'll try to do that if I have any other series that I have multiple books but haven't read yet, which actually I think I might have one. Okay, so I only have 3 series, like books that are series, like multiple in series on my physical TBR. Most of them are either like, it's like the second book in a series, the last book in a series, or it's standalones, but I only have, or like sequels, you know, like, but I only have 3 that I have multiples in a series that I haven't read yet. So I thought, why not do this the easy way and knock them out all at once? Because I'm still gonna be in the mood of these, like I'm in the mood of this book. Like I'm currently in the universe. I met the characters character for this book in this book. It's the guy's twin brother. So I'll be into, like I'm already into it. I really like the brother. I'm like, why not get into this right now? And after this, I'll probably want to really get into this one. So I feel like it's gonna be an easy way to knock out 3 books in like 2 or 3 days off my physical TBR. Well, 3 days, because I started this one last night and got like 100 and something pages in. But yeah, and this one is like 200. This is basically 300 pages. This is almost 400. So I feel like I can knock this out, especially since I don't have much editing to do in the next few days. Well, I have some editing to do like on Monday or something, or on Sunday, but I don't have any editing to do tomorrow. I have some filming to do, but tomorrow is also kind of a chill day because I like to knock out the big tasks that I do every week. Since I'm like, I do this full time now, I basically, if I have any big editing projects that like I need to do that I already have all the footage for, or any big tasks, any big planning that I need to do, I like to knock that out in the first 2-3 days of the week. Like I did it on Tuesday, Wednesday, because then it gives me more time to like read or work on the actual video instead of just like the production of the, like the post-production I guess of the video, or like editing videos. Like on Fridays I can film batch film a few videos, especially on Fridays. I really like to keep my Fridays light, so I thought I could, so then I can do this. But tomorrow I can knock these 2 out, and then I have kind of a chill weekend, but I'll ideally be done with this video by like Saturday evening. But yeah, I thought this could be a fun way to end this. And also, I know myself. I know that if I read this book and then just go with another book in my TBR when I'm still in the mood for this series, chances are it's gonna take me months to read these 2. And then I'm gonna read maybe another book on my physical TBR with this video, or I'll be like, okay, well, I'll read a book on my Kindle and then I'll go to my physical TBR, like back to my physical TBR. But now I'm really in the mood for it. Anyways, all this to say, I'm reading these 2 books next, I've decided. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm gonna film. Yeah, you guys are gonna see me reading basically now. This much through, 13 chapters in, 107 pages, and I'm really enjoying this book. It's really fun. I will say, up until 3-4 chapters ago, I was like thinking about my thoughts, you know, I was like gonna start, I took a tiny break and I was like, what am I gonna say about this book? And at first I was gonna say, Evan, so far Evan's annoying me and he's being a bit of a prick. Right now he's honestly being kind of sweet, I will say. Sweet for like Evan. If you have read the first book, you get it. Like he's kind of kind of a douche. But it's kind of, you know, when you're like, it's the guy who's a bit of a jerk, but there's a deeper reason why he's a jerk. Like, he's a jerk, but then you see his moments where he's really sweet and nice, and you're like, he's going through some stuff, you know? But you're kind of realizing why he was the way that he was. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just liking him. I'm liking Genevieve. I'm really having fun with it. I think none of the books in the series are probably none of them is gonna be 5 stars. But it's all fun books. It's fun books by Elle Kennedy, you know? Like, I'm enjoying them. It's an author that I've never disliked a book that I've read. Like, I've never disliked an Elle Kennedy book. Wait, so I read 5 off-campus books. This is my 8th. Yeah, this is my 8th Elle Kennedy book. And I don't know. I think maybe The Deal was a 5 star. Yeah, The Deal was a 5 star, but like none of the other ones were 5 stars. But they were still all books that I really enjoyed reading. And honestly, sometimes you don't need a book that you necessarily are gonna be like, oh my god, this might be a 5 star, blah, blah, blah. I don't always need incredible books. Sometimes I feel like you need those authors that you know you can rely on to have a good, enjoyable experience, a good, fun book. That, like, because sometimes I feel like with 5 star books, there's with 5 star authors, sometimes there's pressure around, is it gonna be a 5 stars, or sometimes if there's a book that you think you might like, but like you're unsure, there's pressure around, oh, am I gonna like it? Or not pressure, but just like you wonder if you're gonna like it. Or like, I will say sometimes when I'm reading a book that I am feeling like it's a 5 star and I know that author has had many 5 stars in the past, I'm like, oh no, is this about to be the one that is it the other shoe drop? Waiting for the shoe to drop? Like you're like, okay, is this gonna be the book where it starts like I'll start not liking it and it won't be a good book? Or like you're reading a book and you're like, oh, I'm really unsure. Like sometimes there's just something not comfortable, but like something comforting about reading a book by an author that you know you've maybe loved, adored, like, you know, 5 star level, loved 1 or 2 of their books, but every single one of their, like every other book that you've read by them, you've enjoyed. There's never been a book that you didn't enjoy, so you know it's gonna be a fun time. Like, there's just comfort in reading Elle Kennedy books for me because I know it's gonna be a fun time. Doesn't matter if it's a hockey romance or like a small town summer romance. I know that Elle Kennedy's always gonna bring me comfort, and this is what this book is giving me, you know? It's like maybe not the most complex characters, it's maybe not the best written book ever, but it's a book that I'm really enjoying, and I'm just getting lost in the book and enjoying it with no pressure around, am I gonna enjoy it or not? I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But you know, I'm really having fun reading it. Honestly, I'm gonna try to get as much reading done as I can tonight, just because, I don't know, I'd like to, if I can, finish it maybe tomorrow morning. Not that like, if I can, that's just because I want to be able to have time to edit this video before I put it out. But I really want to get as far into this as I can tonight. Although I don't really read physical books when I'm in bed anymore, because number one, when I'm in bed, I like reading while I'm laying down on the side, and I hate doing that with a physical book. I always read on my Kindle, but so I have to stay in my office on my chair. Oh, also the lights in my room are way too bright. We need to change the light bulbs to the softer light ones, like the ones that are right now, like the yellower lights, instead of like the bright white LED lights from IKEA. So right now it's like super intense lighting when I'm trying to read physical books in bed, and here the light is more moody and comfy, so that's why I also stay here. But I'm honestly feeling myself, so I'm probably gonna, I don't know, it's 10 o'clock, probably gonna read for another, I don't know, 20-30 max minutes, and I'm probably gonna call it. It's probably gonna be an early night. Call it an early night. I don't know. I don't know expressions. Hashtag English is not my first language. Which I don't know if I ever told you guys that English is not my first language. French is. Although I know I make all my content in English. My life is in English. I only read books in English. I really mostly consume media in English. But I do speak with my family in French. Like, I kind of grew up more around in a French environment. Like, I went to school mostly in French till like about middle of high school, but high school here in Quebec, so like basically did English schooling 9th grade, and then after I was also homeschooled for a year. Maybe one day I should do a video that's kind of like introducing me, because I realized I never really told you guys about, like, you guys know about me, and I overshare what's going on in my life currently, but you guys don't know about me in general, like my growing up. So I don't know. Let me know if you'd ever be interested in that, or if you want me to do it more on TikTok, or do it like as a get ready with, like, me just getting ready for the day and talking about, I guess, introducing myself. I say introducing myself as if I don't have, like, I think at the moment I have like 206 videos. That could also be totally wrong. I don't know if shorts count in the total videos. I think they do, but even shorts, I have like maybe 20 shorts. I have, as if I didn't have 206 videos on my YouTube introducing myself. Not 200, anyways, I say introducing myself as if I don't already have 206 videos on my channel where you can learn about me. But anyways, all this to say that expressions are not my forte, but I'm gonna go to bed early tonight, probably. That's what I'm saying. So I'll update you guys probably more tomorrow morning when I get more into this. Bye, good night, love you guys. Hello guys, a little reading update. I'm done with Bad Girl Reputation by Elle Kennedy. I can't remember if I updated you guys so far today. I don't know. No idea. I think I might have, but I'm not fully sure. But basically last night I got to like page 206, and then this afternoon I finished it. It was really good, honestly. I'm thinking maybe more of a 4.25 for this one. I think I know I really liked it more. Well, really, I liked it more than Good Girl Complex. This one was, I don't know if I maybe vibed with the characters more. I definitely liked Evan more than Cooper, so that's probably one thing. So I really did enjoy this one. It was a fun read, and you guys know what I'm going to read now. I'm going to read The Summer Girl by Elle Kennedy, which is the last book in the series. So yeah, I don't know. I don't have many thoughts on it yet. I think at the end of the video, I'm gonna talk more about it right now, but right now my brain is just tired and I want to read. So yeah. Guys, I'm 286 pages through The Summer Girl, and so far it's my favorite, I think, in this series. Just keeps getting better. I know it's like the last book, but like I think I have about 100 pages left, and I'm really enjoying it. It's like really fun. It's definitely my favorite one out of all the books so far, because out of all three guys, Tate is the one I like the most, and out of all three girls, Cassie is the one I like the most. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I can't really say much without too spoil. Like sometimes I try to like do really thorough book updates of like my thoughts, but I can't really spoil the story. Can't tell you guys where I'm at, but yeah, I'm chapter 26, page 286. Kind of like, I know the third act breakup is probably coming soon, but in this book I can kind of guess what's gonna happen, but I can't pinpoint exactly how it will happen, compared to like in the first one where I was like, oh my god, I can tell exactly how it's gonna happen, or in the second one where I kind of knew the situation that could have happened. In this one, I know in general with the general trope of this book, I can tell what the usual third act breakup will be, but with this one I can't really pinpoint what exactly will happen, or like what even will happen, other than like the general like, oh well, this book is literally like a summer fling, so usually it's like one person or they both catch feelings and then they have to go like their separate ways, and then they're sad and all that, and then they get back together. Like that's for sure, that's typical for this type of romance, so I know that that's gonna happen, but I can't pinpoint like who has like caught feelings or like the most, or like, you know, what exactly is gonna happen, when it'll happen. I can't tell that it's coming soon. So yep, there's that. Sorry. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this book, like really having fun. And I don't know, this might be the only one that takes place in the summer. The other ones don't take place in the summer, but it's like in South Carolina. I think they're like 2 hours or 1 hour away from Charleston. So like I was in South Carolina. I was in South Carolina, in Charleston 2 weeks ago. It was like the first week of May, and some days it was 28 degrees Celsius. So like it's basically like it starts being in the 20 degrees Celsius like in March. So it's always warm there, especially compared to the Quebec weather in the winter, where sometimes we can easily get minus 40 degrees Celsius, like negative 40 here. So for me, like a winter where it's like 15, 12, I'm like, that is the dream. I hate winter, guys. But yeah, I'm just all this. Am I Irish now? I don't know why I did that. But yeah, all this to say that I have this much left. And I'm really eating the series up. And I mean, I'm not surprised because I love Elle Kennedy's books. I've never not liked one of her books. So like, I'm not surprised at all, but I'm still like, compared to the other two books, I mean, I didn't know what I was gonna think about this book, especially since we didn't see her in any of the other books. Well, I guess I might have seen her, or I might meet her in another series, because I read something in the book and I was like, oh wait, I can literally, I'll see her. Maybe I've seen her in the background of one of Elle Kennedy's books, or like maybe I'll see her in the next series. I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it. I'll go finish it now, and then I'll talk to you guys after. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. No, this is the end of the video, not the start of a video. This is a bit over 2 weeks later. Basically what happened is, I don't know if you know, the day I finished that book, which is this one, I actually started feeling kind of sick, and my voice, like I'd completely lost my voice. Well, not completely, but my voice didn't sound normal, so I was like, oh, I'll wait until my voice gets a little bit better, especially since I don't need to like post this video for a little while, and then I'll actually be able to like film the ending. Well then what ended up happening is I ended up losing my voice completely, and for a whole week I didn't have a normal voice, and I was trying to not speak too much to not make it worse, and you could maybe hear half the words that I was saying, but the rest of the time like the words weren't coming out, like not like as in like I couldn't find the words, but literally my voice was like breaking every 4 to 5 seconds. So that's what happened. So yeah, I thought I would give you guys my thoughts on The Summer Girl by Elle Kennedy. I really think this one ended up being, at least I'm 90% sure that this one like is my favorite in the series. I'm still unsure because I really loved this one. My least favorite one was probably the first one, even though it's still good. But I think I might have liked this one a bit more than this one, but I still really liked this one. This one, I think what I loved was that he was basically just trying to get her back the entire time, and basically like he was yearning the entire time and like courting her. So I thought that was cute. But the book where I loved both characters the most is in this one. It was just really good. This book had my favorite male main character and female main character, so I definitely think this one is my favorite. Although it's been 2 weeks, so my thoughts aren't as fresh as they were, and I really should have written them down, but I didn't, because that's what happens sometimes. But I still really enjoyed this one. I think I'm gonna give it a 4.5 stars. It was not necessarily a 4.5 stars where I'm like, oh my god, some things I didn't like as much, but like it was a masterpiece. But I had a great time reading this, and I definitely wouldn't say it's a 5 stars, but I feel like rating it lower, like it's what I would have, oh sorry, my headphones just shut off because they were on. Anyways, it's the type of book where before I would have rated it 5 stars because I was like, oh my god, love this, 5 stars. But now it's more of a 4.5 because it didn't have the 5-star feeling, but there wasn't anything I disliked about the book. You know, there wasn't things where I was like, oh, I didn't really like this, I didn't really like that. Like, I really loved every part of it, but I wouldn't rate it 5 stars because it just didn't feel like a 5-star read. But I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I ended up reading a lot of books in this video. 4 books. And what's actually crazy is that after that I ended up reading another like 5 or 6 books on my physical TBR in those days after. Wait, I think I read, actually let me go check on my phone on my Goodreads. Yeah, because we have Bad Blood by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, Camera Shy, Make a Scene, Problematic Summer Romance, Releasing 10. So I ended up reading 5 books on my physical TBR after that. So it's pretty good. This video will go, the video I think either you guys are getting later this week or most likely next week, early next week, is gonna be a video that is a book haul. Most of them were purchased before the book buying ban, but I will say there are some that were and I did 2 of the books were some planned purchases, since like purchases that I had been planning on making, like books that I planned on buying before. It was like the 2 last books I'm gonna buy. I actually ended up buying 11 more books since then that weren't planned, but it's fine. It's fine. Life's great. I just have a book buying addiction, but it's fine, you know? At least it's not drugs. But anyways, that's gonna come next week. I think I'm probably gonna do a bit. At first I was gonna be like, oh, I might just do like over the past 2 months, what I bought like since May or like April, but I realized technically there's some books that I technically quickly hauled during a vlog, but I didn't do an actual, like they were never in a book haul, it was more in a vlog like towards the end. So I'm gonna include them in the book haul. So it's gonna be the books that I bought. I'm probably gonna do the books that I bought since the last book haul I did, and that book haul I think was posted directly when I came back from Arizona last Christmas. Well, last Christmas, this winter, I think. I'm gonna go on my YouTube, but it's basically gonna be every book I've bought since then, which is a lot of books because I've a book buying problem, but it's gonna slow down. I will see you guys next video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. And if you also really like this video, please let me know if you want me to make a second physical TBR episode, like tackling my physical TBR. I'm planning on it, but like if you guys are like, oh no, I actually hated this video, which I hope you didn't, please don't make another, then I won't make a video that you guys hate. So yeah, I will see you guys next week. I love you, and as always, I hope you have a nice rest of your day, morning, evening, whatever time it is for you guys. Bye!